if the moment comparison sets in, bear you in mind, you are not going to have anything natural for the person. Choose your friends wisely. The fourth point, do you know really who you are and where you are going? You need to understand this about yourself. Try to tame and put discipline and structures and put yourself these dimensions in order to lead a life. Train yourself. Do not get limited. Whether finance, politics, business, education, marriage. For so many women think that, oh, marriage is an achievement. I don't think marriage is an achievement. It's just a life goal. Okay, you're married. It's a goal. Hooray, let's celebrate. You have a new job. Oh, at ministry, so good. Let's celebrate. Now you are a business entrepreneur. You travel to Dubai and all those China and business continents. Fine, let's celebrate it. I don't want women limiting their lives because of marriage, because of childbirth, because of heartbreak, because of dating relationships. I want women to break that stereotype and come off that clouded air. You need a space to breathe. You need a man to support you. Where are you going? I'm ready for that. What do you want to do in life? I'm all in for you. I don't have a master's degree, but you have a master's degree, and I'll support you to even get a PhD. Oh, you say you wanted to have a PhD, so if you give birth to many children, you can. Okay, fine, let's limit it to 2 or 3 kids. How about that? How about having a man who is a fan? Must I, because I'm a woman, just live my life for someone? You know, there was something I posted on Facebook, and I was trying to give a free advice to anonymous people that women can be whoever they want it to be, not just somebody else's dreams and life and passion. But you know, a guy asked me, how about what God wants them to be? I'm like, what? So God doesn't want women to go to school. God doesn't want women to be part of politics and business. God doesn't want women to be part of the science, the medicines. God doesn't want women. God just wants women to do what? I asked him, what exactly does God want women to do? Knowing the will of God for your life is the same as being good at something. What are you good at? What can you use that to glorify God? Isn't that enough of what God wants women to do? Must we say, okay, Eve was in the garden and Eve was in the garden for so long, and you know, I just want to break this, that because Eve was in the garden for so long did not mean that Adam took advantage of Eve. That did not even mean submissiveness. That did not even mean what we mean today as women being respectful. It just meant friendship. It just meant two people who understood something more intimate than sexual life, than children. Look, let's just understand that before, it was after they left Garden of Eden that Adam was like, oh, this woman has caused me so much havoc and trouble. Why not just give birth? That was the time Adam said, look, open up. We need to have kids. We can't keep fighting this all the time. There's no intimacy just because of what happened in the Garden of Eden. And that was how babies started coming, Cain and Abel. And because they were all conceived in sin. So let's forget it. God did not create Eve for Adam just because he wanted them to give birth. But they were in the Garden of Eden for so many years. They were not giving birth. There is something more important than sex, than marriage, than childbirth. Is the principles of God. As a human being, what do you understand by the principles of God? If you go according to the principles of God, you are a successful person. Even though in the Garden of Eden, they didn't have children, they might not have been having sex. If they did, they would have had children. They did not, yet they were successful people. God himself spoke to them. He was always present in their lives. He was there visiting them. So why can't we understand that life is not all about women just being men's puppets? I'm not I'm stating a disclaimer here. I'm not saying women should not get married. I'm not saying women should not have birth or should not give birth or get. Women are all of that. It's part of our being. But I'm not saying that. So I'm not saying that we should limit ourselves for that. I want this generation to create a difference. That's why I go to school. I go to primary, junior, senior high schools. I inflict in them the passion of becoming better women than our mothers. Ask your mothers if they want you to be like them. Ask your teachers. They want us to be more, to be greater, to look ahead, perceive greater things. And women are just enough for that. So, with passion, with good, I'm not, somebody looking at me will go like, oh, maybe she doesn't have somebody. No, I have somebody I'm looking forward to get married to. And I'm not saying this for some other woman who is seriously in a relationship, in a good relationship, not an abusive one. Not a one that takes away your spirit, your soul, your life, your breath, your body. I'm talking about good relationship. I'm not saying you should end your relationship. Be there, get married, give birth, move on with your life. If you don't have that, just go ahead and do what is best for you. What do you want to do in life? Go ahead and do it. Don't wait for men to come inside your life and start to mess things out for you. They can support you, they can bring you out, they can liberate you, they can help you to be who you want yourself to be, but they cannot if you yourself don't even know who you are. That is why so many women get married, and that is the end of life, because they listen too much to what the man wants them to do, how men want us to complement their life, but not us complement each other's life. God didn't create us for us. God created us for him, and everything we do glorifies the name of God. And God first, husband second, me third. But in all of this, I still stand first in my life. And I still see to best to do what glorifies me, to do what glorifies God, to do what makes me happy and makes me fulfilled at the end of the day. That I don't die and someone reads my tribute as a husband, a mother of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a good wife. No, that's not it. You might read it a good wife, a good mother of 10 children, but I must be someone else included with that. And that's just how I perceive life. It's unfortunate that many ladies will have to depend on men to be who God called them to be. And that is the stereotype I'm trying to break here. That we should look forward to becoming better people because God has called us to serve him. And how do we serve him? What are we good at? What are our personal gifts and talents? Let's live on to that. Let's be the great that we want to be and fight it out. I hope I'm making a point here.